Let's start off by taking a look at the airplane you'll be flying. Now, the fuselage is the body of the airplane. This is where everything is attached. It's where you load everyone and their luggage. The propeller pulls the airplane through the air. In fact, in aviation's early days, propellers were called air screws because of the way they move through the air like a screw into wood. The engine is attached to the front of the fuselage and provides the power to move the airplane through the air by turning the propeller. The engine also drives the accessories, such as the alternator, magnetos, and the vacuum pumps. The wings support the airplane in the air. It's always a good idea to have two wings. They also contain the fuel tanks. Now, the Skyhawk has a high wing, meaning that it is attached on top of the airplane. A high wing has many advantages. The fuel tank sumps are much easier to drain when checking fuel samples. You have much better ground clearance from low obstacles. You have an excellent view down and to the sides. During loading and unloading, you'll really appreciate the shelter the wing provides when it's raining. The wing also provides shade from the sun, both on the ground and in the air. The landing gear is another important part attached to the fuselage. Now, the Skyhawk has what is known as a tricycle landing gear because it has one wheel in the front, that's called the nose wheel, and two main wheels behind it under the middle of the fuselage, arranged like a triangle. The nose wheel steers the airplane on the ground and supports the nose of the plane and the engine. The nose wheel does not have a brake and is not as strong as the main wheels. You don't want to have the nose wheel supporting the full weight of the airplane. The nose wheel is connected through springs to the rudder pedals located in the cockpit. If you push the left rudder pedal, the nose wheel turns to the left. Pushing the right rudder pedal turns the nose wheel to the right. The two main wheels are designed to carry the full weight of the airplane by themselves. They are normally the last to leave the ground during takeoff and the first to touch during landing. The brakes are on the main wheels. You control each one individually by pushing on the top of the rudder pedals. And finally, the tail. Or if you really want to impress the folks around the airport, you can call it the empennage, which is really just the back part of the fuselage. Now, this is where the vertical stabilizer and the rudder and the horizontal stabilizer and the elevator are attached to the fuselage. Now, the vertical stabilizer doesn't move. It acts like the tail feathers on an arrow or a dart, and it helps keep the airplane straight during normal flight. You might also think of it acting like a weather vane. The rudder attaches by hinges to the rear of the vertical stabilizer. On many planes like the Skyhawk, the horizontal stabilizer is a part of the structure and doesn't move. It also acts like the tail feathers of an arrow and resists unwanted up or down movement of the tail. The elevator attaches by hinges to the rear or the trailing edge of the horizontal stabilizer.